it ain't over until God says it's over. I know that you may be feeling helpless. You may even feel like the enemy has the upper hand. But remember, God always fights for his people, just like at the crossing of the Red Sea. God trapped the Egyptian army. This can be found in Exodus chapter 14. I suggest reading the full, complete passage. Moses and the Israelites were crying out to God. God told Moses to act instead of crying out to him. And if he had not showed action by doing as God commanded him to do, things could have gone a completely different way. Yes, we tend to want to give up and just throw in the towel because we don't see a way out. And I know it's hard as a people, so we do feel like that a lot of times. But, that's exactly what the enemy wants us to do, or the enemy wants you to do. Because they know as soon as you do that, they'll have the upper hand. You see, it requires more than just having faith in God, because faith without works is dead. James 2:26. If Moses wouldn't have calmed down long enough to hear God's commands, things would have gone completely different. But they were all able to get to safety because Moses followed God's commands. The children of Israel listened to the servant of God, which was Moses. Yes, they were all afraid and crying out to God. But when Moses did as God told him to, God's will was done. When the enemy is able to get you all upset, you can't even see your way through what you're actually going through. And I'm sorry I have to read because, like I said before, I forget things. So that's why I write them down, just in case anyone new is here or whatever and wants to know why I'm reading. These are things that I wrote down. You tend to feel like all hope is gone. But this is because your mind is all jumbled up due to fear and doubt. So yes, it may look like to you that the enemy has the upper hand when they really don't. Try calming yourself down. Listen for the voice of God. Yes, believe me, I know it's easier said than done. But you have to try. Allow God to guide you through whatever you're going through or have been going through. Yes, the children of Israel were trapped with the Egyptian army not too far behind them. But Moses said to them to fear not and to stand firm, for the salvation of the Lord would work for them today. The Lord said to Moses, "Why do you cry for me? Tell the children of Israel to go forward." Tell the children of Israel to go forward. That's what he said. And do you know that that's exactly what they did? That showed true faith in God and God's servant, which had been sent to lead them to safety. So you see, God used Moses as a vessel, which he uses a lot of people as a vessel, and gave him the power to do just what he needed him to do. God told Moses to stretch out his hand and the staff over the water. This was an action that caused a strong east wind to divide the water. But God himself drove the sea back to create a path of dry land for the Israelites to cross safely. God is the one who actually parted the Red Sea. You see, God is the one who actually parted the Red Sea. And after all of the Israelites crossed to safety, Moses stretched forth his hand and staff over the water, just as he had done for them to cross to where they were. And when he did, the waters returned and covered the Egyptian army, horsemen, and their chariots. So you see, they all drowned. So the pathway of life is not always going to be easy. And yes, there may be some trials that you may have to endure. But you got to know God won't ever leave or forsake you. Don't you know that God has never and won't ever lose a battle? Do you not know that? God has never lost a battle, and he won't ever lose a battle. Also, do you know that the angel of God and a pillar of cloud was at the rear of the Israelites at the Red Sea, which caused darkness to come to the Egyptians and light to the Israelites? This was to prevent them from approaching each other all night. This is also what allowed the Israelites to cross the Red Sea to safety. So I said this to say, do you not know that your enemy can be right in front of you? And God will cover you to where your enemy will not even see you. And I'm telling you this because this has happened to me. To where my enemy or the person that was trying to hurt me didn't even see me. And I was looking like how they don't see me. But I knew how they couldn't see me because I saw what was covering me. And guess what it was that was covering me? It was an angel of God that he had sent to cover me and my son. So no one is going to ever make me believe and tell me that God is not real, because I know he's real, and people can believe whatever they want to believe. But I know for myself that God is real. So please know that it ain't over until God says it's over. Don't you ever give up or count yourself out, because you are a child of God. And even though you may feel helpless at times, as I do myself sometimes, we're only human. So God knows that we're going to have those times. But know that God is your helper. God is all of our helper. All we have to do is go to him, have just a little faith. All we need is a little faith the size of a mustard seed. Do you realize how small a mustard seed is? All you need is just a little faith. And God will see you through. God will protect you from anything. Like I've said before, yes, God allows things to happen. Just like he allowed the Egyptian army to come near the Israelites. But in the end, he didn't allow them to harm him. Because, see, he wanted to see where their faith was at. And did they really believe in him or believe in what he could do? So, that's it for tonight. And that's all I wanted to speak about tonight. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I am Cre-cre Inspires. I create to inspire. Have a good night. Bye.